And she's the national bird of India, known as the Indian peafowl, and more specifically in this case, an Indian peacock. Now our next bird is a North American species that you find right here in our very own backyards. Her name is Spud, and Spud is going to be rounding that back corner. You know what she is? Shout it out nice and loud. Everybody know what this is? It's a turkey, that's right. Now we have turkeys here in Ontario, but that was not always the case. Now in the early 1900s, people hunted turkeys a little bit too much because one day there was none remaining in the habitat. So it took until the 80s for there to be a decision made that these guys were going to be part of the habitat once again. How exactly did they do that? Well, they did release over 4,400 turkeys across Ontario, and in no time those numbers certainly did start to change. Bold colors, mostly tropical lifestyles, and yes, their ability to mimic human speech. Now turning our focus on them, starting off with the smallest member of our flock. This little bird is an African species known as the Timney parrot, and his name is Reggie.
Now, nor the brightest colored, but he certainly makes up for that with his intelligence. His intelligence has been compared to that of a 3 to 5 year old child, meaning that he's a pretty smart guy. Isn't that right, Reggie? Now, if Reggie looks at all familiar to you, that's because his species, the Timney parrot, is very closely related to the more common African. A nice sweet bye from Reggie. Let's give it up for him today. Now, there are currently 17 recognized species of macaws in the world. Out here today, we have brought 2 of those. On your right is a blue-throated macaw, and on your left is a scarlet macaw. Now, these 2 individuals are coming up nice and close, so they can help demonstrate some of the key features of the parrot family. I'm sure the first thing you notice are those bold, bright, and beautiful colors, which stand out quite strikingly here on safari, and actually help them blend into their natural environment. Those colors help them camouflage into the red and yellow fruits and flowers, the green leaves, and the blue shadows that surround them. Up next, they're going to show you their feet, so you can see that they have zygodactyl toes, meaning that they have 2 toes facing forward and 2 toes facing backwards. That gives them an excellent grip on their perch and allows them to use their feet, much like we use our hands, especially while eating. Now, speaking of eating, that impressively strong beak can exert over 700 pounds of pressure. That is 5 times stronger than the human bite. Since it is so strong, they're able to use it much like a 3rd foot, making them incredibly acrobatic by nature. Supporting their weight with their beak allows them to navigate those dense rainforest canopies with ease. Now, to see a parrot in flight is quite the sight. Their beautiful wings can bring them up to speeds of 60 kilometers per hour, just about as fast as we ride through our towns and cities. Now, going that fast, they need a way to steer, and that's where that long tail comes in. It can be directed right or left to change directions, or it can be fanned out to slow them down, putting on the brakes for a nice, safe landing. Now, I think these 2 have done a great job teaching us what it takes to be a parrot, so let's give it up for them today. Now, after all of that fun, we wanted to take the time to talk about a more serious note, a conservation project that's near and dear to our hearts here at Parrot Paradise, our blue-throated macaw recovery program. Joining us as an ambassador for her species is Benny, one of our first hatchlings. Now, unfortunately, blue-throated macaws are a critically endangered species, meaning that less than 500 of them can be found in their native country of Bolivia. But here at Safari, we wanted to help, so we partnered with the World Parrot Trust to establish a breeding program right here on site. Back in 2018, Benny and her sister Levi were our first 2 successful hatchlings, but since then we have added 8 other chicks to our flock. Reintroduction efforts followed shortly after. In September of 2023, we sent 8 of our blue-throated
louder than your average rock concert. But what makes a cockatoo so unique are the feathers on the top of their head. They can actually lower and raise them at will. It's another way for them to do what you're looking at. She's giving us a little teaser. Look larger and more intimidating. I don't think that was true at all. Now, needless to say, she is a little bit of a ham. This young lady is the oldest member of our flock. She just turned 39 years old this year, but still having some fun. Give it up one more time for Phoebe.
Arthur usually does need a bit of encouragement from us, so we're gonna have to lead him through a countdown. If you guys are ready, we're gonna count down from 3 and then shout takeoff as loud as possible. Are you guys ready? Yeah! All right, on my count. 3, 2, 1, takeoff! You know what, guys? I feel like we could be a whole lot louder. Arthur needs so much more encouragement than that. Let's try again. Ready? 3, 2, 1, take off! You know what? Arthur might just be waiting for the perfect gust of wind, as too much wind can make it a little bit difficult to get going, or could even throw him off course. Now, Arthur could also just be enjoying hanging out with his trainer Wyatt up there, as they do enjoy hanging out. Now, let's see. We're making it a little bit easier for him today. Now up there, Arthur could also be enjoying the bright colors around him. Our landscape might seem dull to us, but macaws and parrots see into the UV spectrum. So things that look dull to us. He has some of his favorite snacks, common for parrots, such as seeds, nuts, fruits, or veggies. Now let's see if he's feeling like it. Not too sure of those stormy clouds either. When in flight, parrots usually stay below 500 feet, as above that, birds of prey are often lurking. And in cloudy skies like today, it can be a little bit difficult for him to see if there's a bird of prey up there. He could just be also a little bit lazy right now.
All right, well, imagination, his favorite song exists, and I think you might recognize it. No one sings that badly. That's the good news. We're going to tune him in. I think we're in key now, so I think you're going to get a good rendition of this. Shall we sing? Anyone know that tune? Bit of our national anthem, of course. Now there's over 375 parrot species, not a single one native to Canada. However, the ones you're meeting here today, very proud to be Canadian, so we're going to give you that tune one more time. There you go. Sounds just like us, but not too bad for a little green bird.